Of government, the properties to unfold would seem in me to affect speech and discourse. Since I know that your own proper knowledge exceeds in that, the list of all advice my strength can give you. There is our commission, from which we would not have you warp. Call hither, I say, bid come before us, Angelo. What figure of us think you will bear?
If any in Vienna be of word, to undergo such ample grace and honor, it is Lord Angelo.
Look where he comes.
Always obedient to your grace's will. I come to know your pleasure.
Angelo, there is a kind of character in thy life that to the observer doth thy history fully unfold. Heaven doth with us as we with torches do, not light them for themselves. For if our virtues were put forth of us, 'twere all alike as if we had them not. Hold therefore, Angelo, and all remove, be thou at full ourselves. Mortality and mercy in Vienna. Old Aeschylus is thy secondary. Take thy commission.
Now, good my lord, let there be some more tests be made of my metal before so noble and so great a figure be stamped upon it.
No more evasion. Give me your hand. I'll privily away. I love the people, but would not like to stage myself to their eyes.
The heavens give safety to your purposes.
Lead forth and bring me back in happiness.
I thank you. Very well.
But not the King of Hungary.
Thou concludest like the sanctimonious pirate who went to sea with the 10 Commandments. Let's scrape one from the tablet.
Thou shalt not steal.
Aye, that he raised.
Why, 'twas a commandment to command the captain and all the rest from their functions. They put forth to steal.
Behold where Madam Mitigation comes. I have purchased as many diseases under her roof as come to...
To what I pray?
Judge.
$2,000 a year!
Aye, and more.
French crown war.
Thou art always figuring diseases in me, but thou art full of air. I am sound.
Nay, not as one may say, healthy, but so sound things that are hollow. Thy bones are hollow, and tigers made a feast of thee.
How now? Which of your hips has the most profound sciatica?
Well, there's one yonder arrested and carried away is worth 5,000 of you all.
Who's that, I pray thee?
Mary Surge is Claudio. Aye, Signor Claudio.
Claudio, to prison? 'Tis not so.
Nay, I know 'tis so. I saw him arrested. I saw him carried away. And what is more, within these 3 nights, his head to be chopped off.
But after all the schooling, I would not have it so. Art thou sure of this?
I am too sure of it.
Oh, wait, let's learn the truth of it.
Aye, what with the war, what with the poverty, what with the sweat, what with the gallows, I am custom shrunk. How now? What's the news?
Yonder man is carried to prison.
Well, what has he done?
A woman.
But what is his offense?
Groping for trouts in a peculiar river.
Rope my man, what is there
there's a woman with maid by him. You haven't heard the proclamation, have you?
What proclamation, Mayor?
All the houses in Vienna are to be plucked to the ground.
Aye, there's a change indeed in the Commonwealth. What shall become of me?
Come, fear you not. Good counselors lack no clients. Here comes Signor Claudio and the provost with Madame Juliet.
Fellow, why dost thou show me thus to the world? Bear me to prison where I am committed.
I do it not in evil disposition, but from special charge by Lord Angelo.
Thus can the demigod authority make us pay down our offense by weight? A word from heaven, on whom it will, on whom it will not. So, yet still 'tis just.
Now, Claudio, whence comes this restraint?
And too much liberty, my Lucio, liberty. As surfeit is the father of much fast, so every scope by the moderate use turns to restraint. Our natures do pursue, like rats that raven down their proper bane, a thirsty evil, and when we drink, we die.
If I could speak so wisely under an arrest, I would send for certain of my creditors. And yet, to tell the truth, I would as lief have the foppery of freedom as the morality of imprisonment. What's thy offense, Claudio?
What to speak of would offend again.
Is it murder?
No,
Lechery?
call it so.
Away, sir, you must go.
One word, good friend, Lucio, a word from you.
100 if it'll do you any good. Is lechery so looked after?
Thus stands it with me, upon a true contract. I got possession of Julieta's bed, you know, the lady, she is fast and white. Save that we do the denunciation lack of outward order, this we came not to, only for propagation of a dowry, remaining in the coffer of her friends, on whom we thought it meant to hide our love, till time had made them for us. But it chances the stealth of our most mutual entertainment, with character too gross, is written on Juliet.
With child, perhaps?
Unhappily even so, and the new deputy for the Duke awakes in me all the enrolled penalties, which have like unscoured armor hung by the wall, and for a name, now puts the drowsy and neglected act freshly on me. 'Tis surely for a name.
I warrant it is. And thy head stands so tickle on thy shoulders, that a milkmaid, if she be in love, may sigh it off. Send after the Duke and appeal to him.
I have done so, but he's not to be found. I prithee, Lucio, do me this kind service. This day, my sister, should the cloister enter and receive her approbation, acquaint her with the danger of my state. Implore her in my voice that she make friends with the strict deputy. Bid herself assay him.
I'll to her.
Thanks, good friend Lucio.
Hath a purpose more grace and more wrinkled than the aims and ends of burning youth.
May your grace speak.
We have strict statutes and most biting laws, which for these 19 years we have but slipped. Now as fond fathers, having bound up the threatening twigs of birch, in time the rod becomes more mocked than feared. And so our decrees are dead, and liberty plucks justice by the nose, the baby beats the nurse.
It rested in your grace to unloose this tide of justice when you pleased, and it in you more dreadful would have seemed than in Lord Angelo.
I do fear too dreadful. If 'twas my fault to give the people scope, 'twould be my tyranny to strike and gall them for what I bid them do. Therefore, indeed, I have on Angelo imposed the office, who may in the ambush of my name strike home, and yet my nature never in the fight to do and slander. To behold his sway, I would, to a brother of your order, visit both prince and people. Therefore, I prithee, supply me with the habit, and instruct me how I may bear it like a true friar. Lord Angelo is precise, scarce confesses that his blood flows. Hence shall we see, if power change purpose, what our seamers be.
And have your nuns no farther privileges?
Are not these large enough?
Yes, truly. I speak not as desiring more, but rather wishing a more strict restraint upon the sisterhood, the votaress of St. Clair.
Oh, peace be in this place.
Who is it that calls?
It is a man's voice. Isabella, turn you the key and know his business of him. You may, I may not. You are yet unsworn. Once you have vowed, you must not speak with men, but in the presence of the friar. Then if you speak, you must not show your face, or if you show your face, you must not speak.
What? Oh!
He calls again.
Peace and prosperity. Who is it that calls?
Hail, Virgin. Cast direct me to the sight of Isabella, a novice of this place and sister to her unhappy brother Claudio.
Why her unhappy brother, let me ask? I am Isabella and his sister.
He's in prison.
Well, me for what?
He hath got his friend with child.
Sir, make me not your story.
It is true. I would not. Though 'tis my familiar sin with maids to sing the lapwing and to jest. I hold you as a thing enskied and sainted by your renouncement and immortal spirit.
You do blaspheme the good in mocking me.
Do not believe it. Your brother and his lover have embraced. Even so, her plenteous womb expresseth his full tilt in husbandry.
A child by my brother? My cousin Juliet?
She it is.
Oh, let him marry her.
This is the point. The Duke is very strangely gone from hence. In his place governs Lord Angelo, a man whose blood is very snow-brought. He, to give fear to use and liberty, which hath long run by the law as mice by lions, hath imprisoned him to make him an example. All hope is gone, unless you have the grace, by your fair prayer, to soften Angelo.
Doth he so seek his life?
Already. As I hear, the provost hath a warrant for his execution.
What poor abilities in me to do him good?
Go to, Lord Angelo, and let him learn to know. And maiden sue. Men give like gods. But speedily.
Not make a scarecrow of the law, setting it up to fear the birds of prey, and let it keep one shape till custom make it their perch, and not their terror.
Aye, but let us be keen, and rather cut a little than fall and bruise to death. Had time cohered with place, or place with wishing, or that the resolute acting of your blood could have attained the effect of your own purpose, would you not some time in your life have erred in this point, which now you censure him and hold the law upon you?
'Tis one thing to be tempted, Aeschylus. 'Tis another to fall. Sir, he must die.
Be it as your wisdom will.
Where's the provost?
Here, if it please your honor.
See that Claudio be executed by 9 tomorrow morning. Bring him his confessor. Let him be prepared, for that's the utmost of his pilgrimage.
Well, may heaven forgive him and forgive us all.
He will come straight. I will tell him with you. Pray you do. I'll know his pleasure. Maybe he will relent. Alas, he hath but as offended in a dream. All sex, all ages smack of this vice, and he to die for it.
Well, what's the matter, provost?
Is it your will that Claudio should die tomorrow?
Did I not tell thee, yea? Hast thou not order? Why dost thou ask again?
Least I be too rash. I have seen when, under your good correction, judgment hath repented after execution.
Go to. Let that be mine. Do your office or give up your place. You shall be well spared.
I crave your honest pardon. What should be done, sir, with the groaning Juliet? She is very near the hour.
Dispose of her to some more fitter place. And that was speed.
Here is the sister of the man condemned, desires access to you.
Well, let her be admitted. See you the fornicatress be removed. Let's have needful, but not lavish means. There shall be order for it.
God save your honor.
Stay a while. You're welcome. What's your will?
I am a woeful suitor to your honor. Please, but your honor, hear me.
Well, what's your suit?
There is a vice that most I do abhor, and most desire should meet the blow of justice, for which I would not plead, but that I must, for which I would not plead, but that I am thwart his will and will not.
Well, the matter?
I have a brother who is condemned to die. I do beseech you, let it be his fault and not my brother.
Condemn the fault, and not the actor of it? Why, every fault's condemned ere it be done. Mine, the very cipher of a function. Define the faults, whose fine stands in record, and let go by the actor.
Oh, just but severe law. I had a brother then. Heaven keep your honor.
Give it not over so. To him again, entreat him. Kneel down before him, hang upon his gown. You are too cold. If you should need a pen, you could not in word pay my tongue desire it. To him, I say.
Must he needs die?
Maiden, no remedy.
Yes, I do think that you might pardon him, and neither heaven nor man grieve at the mercy.
I will not do it.
But can you, if you would?
Look what I will not, that I cannot do.
But might you do it, and do the world no wrong, if so your heart were touched with that remorse as mine is to him?
He's sentenced. 'Tis too late.
You are too cold.
Too late? Why, no. I that do speak a word may call it back again. Well, believe this. No ceremony that's the great one's laws, not the king's crown nor the deputed sword, the marshal's truncheon nor the judge's robes, become with one half so good a grace as mercy does. If you had been as he, and he as you, you would have slipped like him. But he, like you, would not have been so stern.
Pray you, be gone.
I would to heaven I had your potency, and you were Isabel. Should then be thus? No, I would tell what 'twere to be a judge and what a prisoner.
Oh, touch him, there's the man.
Your brother is but a forfeit to the law, and you but waste your words.
Alas! Why, all the souls that were forfeit once, and he that might advantage best have took found out the remedy. How would you be, if he, which is the top of judgment, should but judge you as you are? Oh, think on that, and mercy then will breathe within your lips like man you made.
Be you content, fair maid. This is the law, not I condemn your brother. Were he my kinsman, my brother, or my son, it should be thus with him. Your brother dies tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Oh, that's sudden! Spare him! Spare him! He's not prepared for death. Even for our kitchens we kill the foul season. Shall we thus serve heaven with less than we minister to our gross selves? Good, my lord, bethink you. Who is it that had died for this offense? There's many have committed it.
That's well said.
The law has not been dead, though it has slept. Those many had not dared do that evil. If first that did, that edict infringe and answered for his deed. Now, it's awake.
Yet show some pity!
I show it most of all when I show justice, for then I pity those I do not know. Be satisfied. Your brother dies tomorrow. Be content.
So you must be the first that gives this sentence, and he that suffers. Oh, it is excellent to have a giant's strength, but it is tyrannous to use it like a giant.
That's well said.
And great men thunders, Jove himself does. Jove would ne'er be quiet, for every pelting petty officer would use his heaven for thunder, nothing but thunder. Merciful heaven, thou rather with thy sharp and sulphurous bolt splits the unwedgeable and gnarled oak than the soft myrtle. But man, proud man, dressed in a little brief authority, most ignorant of what he's most assured, his angry essence like an angry ape, plays such fantastic tricks before high heaven as make the angels weep, who with our spleens would all themselves laugh mortal.
Oh, to him, thanks. He will relent. He's coming, I perceive it.
Pray heavens you win him.
Why do you put these sayings upon me?
Because authority, though it err like others, can get a kind of medicine in itself that skins the rice to the top. Go to your bosom, knock there, and ask your heart what it doth know is like my brother's fault. If it confess a natural guiltiness, such as is his, let it not sound a thought upon your tongue against my brother's life.
She speaks. 'Tis such sense that my sense breeds with it. Fare you well.
Good my lord, turn back.
I will be thanking you. Come again tomorrow.
Hark, how I'll bribe you. Good my lord, turn back.
How? Bribe me?
Aye, with such treasures heaven shall share with you.
You had marred all else.
Not with fond shekels of the tested gold, but with true prayers. Prayers that shall enter heaven and be there ere sunrise. Prayers from preserved souls, from fasting maids whose minds are dedicate to nothing temporal.
Well, come to me tomorrow.
Never keep your mind.
Amen. For I am going that way to temptation where prayers cross.
At what hour tomorrow shall I attend your lordship?
At any time, before noon.
Save your honor.
From thee, even from thy virtue. What's this? What's this? Who sins most? The tempter is tempted. Not she, nor does she tempt. Can it be that woman's modesty may more betray our sense than woman's lightness? Oh, fie, fie, fie! What dost thou? What art thou, Angelo? Dost thou desire her foully for things that make her good? What, do I love her? Did I desire to speak with her again and feast upon her eyes? What is it I dream of? Oh, cunning enemy, that to catch a saint with saints dost bait thy hook. Most dangerous is that temptation that doth goad on us to sin in loving virtue. Even till now, when men were fond, I smiled and wondered how.
What is your will, good friar?
Bound by my charity and my blessed order, I come to visit afflicted spirits here in the prison.
Here comes one now. A gentlewoman of mine who, falling in the flaws of her own youth, hath blistered her discord. She is with child, and he that got it, sentenced. A young man who's more fit to do another such offense than die for this.
When was he done?
As I do think tomorrow. Come, I provided for you. Stay a while. And you should be conducted.
Repent you, fair one, of this sin that you carry?
I do, and bear the shame most patiently.
I'll teach you how you shall arraign your conscience and try your penitence. If it be sound, or how do we put on?
I will gladly learn.
Love you the man that wronged you?
Yes, as I love the woman that wronged him.
So then it seems your most offenseful act was mutually committed?
Mutually.
Then was your sin of heavier kind than his?
I do confess it and repent it, Father.
'Tis meet so, daughter, but lest you do repent, but as we stand in fear.
I do repent me, as it is an evil, and take the shame with joy.
There, rest. Your partner, as I hear it, must die tomorrow. I go with instruction to him. Grace go with you. Benedicite.
Must I tomorrow? Oh, injurious law, that respites me a life, whose very comfort is still a dying horror.
There's pity of him.
When I would pray and think, I think and pray to several subjects. Heaven hath my empty words, whilst my invention, hearing not my tongue, anchors on Isabel. Oh, blood, thou art blood. Let's write, good angel, on the devil's horn. 'Tis not the devil's crest. How now, who's there?
One Isabella's sister desires access to you.
Teach her the way. Oh, heavens, why is my blood thus mustered in my heart? How now, fair maid?
I come to know your pleasure.
She might know it would much better please me. Your brother cannot live.
Even so, heaven keep your honor.
Yet, he may live a while. And it may be as long as you or I. Yet he must die.
Under your sentence?
Yea?
When, I beseech you, that in his reprieve, longer or shorter, he may be so fitted that his soul sicken not.
Ah, these filthy vices. It was good to pardon him that hath from nature stolen a man already made, as to forgive such saucy sweetness that do coin heaven's image, in stamps that are forbid.
'Tis set down so in heaven, but not in earth.
So say you? Then I shall pose you quickly. Which had you rather, that the most just law now took your brother's life, or to redeem him, lay your body down to such sweet uncleanness as she that he is stained?
Sir, believe this. I had rather give my body than my soul.
I talk not of your soul. We are not accountable for our compelled sins.
How say you?
Nay, word not that, for I can speak against the thing I say. Answer to this. I, now the voice of the recorded law, pronounce a sentence on your brother's life. Might there not be a charity in sin to save this brother's life?
Please you to do it. I'll take it as a peril to my soul. It is no sin at all, but charity.
Please you to do it at peril of your soul, or equal voice of sin and charity.
That I do beg his life. If that be sin, heaven let me bear it. You grant me of my suit. If that be sin, I'll have it added to my morning prayer. And nothing of your answer.
Nay, your sense pursues not mine. Neither you seem so ignorant, or seem so craftily, and that's not good.
Let me be ignorant, and in nothing good, but graciously to know I am no better.
Thus wisdom wishes to appear most bright when it doth tax itself. But mark me. To be received plain, I'll speak more gross. Your brother is to die.
So,
Admit no other way to save his life, but, for the sake of argument, that you, his sister, finding yourself desired of such a person, whose credit with the judge or own great place, could fetch your brother from the manacles of the all-building law, but that there were no earthly way to save him, but that you lay down the treasures of your body to this supposed, or else to let him suffer. What would you do?
as much for my poor brother as myself. That is, were I under the terms of death, the impression of keen whips I'd wear as rubies, and strip myself to death as to a bed that longing have been sick for, before I yield my body up to shame.
Then your brother must die.
And 'twere the cheaper way. Better it were a brother died at once, than that a sister by redeeming him should die forever.
Were you not then as cruel as the sentence that you slandered so?
Ignominy and ransom, and free partner of 2 houses. Lawful mercy is nothing kin to foul redemption.
You seemed of late to have made the law a tyrant, and rather prove the slighting of your brother a merriment than a vice.
Pardon me, my lord. It oft falls out. To have what we would have, we speak not what we mean. I something do excuse the thing I hate for his advantage that I dearly love.
We are all frail.
Then let my brother die.
Nay, women are frail too.
Women, help heaven, mid their creation mar and profiting by them. Nay, call us 10 times frail, for we are credulous to false prince.
I think it well. And by the testimony of your own sex, since I suppose we are made to be no stronger than faults may shake our frames, let me be bold. I do arrest your words. Be that you are, that is, a woman. If you be more, you're none. If you be one, you are well expressed by all external warrants. Show it now by putting on the destined livery.
My lord, I have but one tongue. I entreat you to speak the former language.
Plainly conceive, I love you.
My brother did love Juliet, and you tell me he shall die for it.
You shall not, Isabel, if you give me love.
I know your virtue hath an honor in it, which seems a little fouler than it is to pluck on others.
Believe me, on mine honor, my words express my purpose.
Little honor and most pernicious purpose. Seeming, I proclaim thee, Angelo, look for it. Sign me a present pardon for my brother, or that outstretched throat I'll tell the world aloud what man thou art.
Who will believe thee, Isabel? My unspoiled name and my place in the state will so your accusations overweigh that you shall stifle in your own report. I have begun, and now I give my sensual race the rein. Fit thy consent to my sharp appetite, laid by all nicety and prolixious blushes that banish what they sue for. Redeem thy brother by yielding up thy body to my will, or else he must not only die the death, but thy kindness shall his death draw out to lingering sufferance. Answer me tomorrow, or by the affection that now guides me most, I'll prove a tyrant to him.
To whom should I complain? Did I tell this? Who would believe me? Well, to my brother. Though he hath fallen by prompture of the blood, yet hath he in him such a mind of honor, that had he 20 heads to tender down on 20 bloody blocks, he yield them up before his sister should her body stoop to such abhorred pollution. Then Isabel, live chaste, and brother die. More than our brother is our chastity. I'll tomb yet of Angelo's request, and fit his mind for death, for soul's rest.
So then, you hope for pardon for Lord Angelo.
The miserable have no other medicine, but only hope. I've hoped to live, and am prepared to die.
Be absolute for death. Either death or life shall thereby be the sweeter. Reason thus with life. If I do lose thee, I do lose a thing that none but fools would keep. A breath thou art servile to all the sky influences that doth this habitation where thou keepest hourly afflict. Merely thou art death's fool, for in him thou laborest by thy flight to shun, and yet runnest towards him still. Thou hast nor youth, nor age, but as it were an after-dinner sleep, dreaming on both. For all thy blessed youth becomes as aged, and doth beg the alms of palsied eld. And when thou art old and rich, thou hast neither heat, affection, limb, nor beauty to make thy riches pleasant. What's yet in this that bears the name of life? Yet in this life lie hid mo thousand deaths, yet death we fear that makes these odds all even.
I humbly thank you. To sue to live, I find I seek to die. And seeking death, find life. Let it come on.
Peace, ho, be here.
Who's there? Come in. The wish deserves a welcome.
Dear sir, ere long I'll visit you again.
Most holy sorry, thank you.
My business rewarded to Claudio.
And very welcome. Look, Signor, your sister. Provost, a word with you. As many as you like.
You need to hear them speak where it may be concealed.
No,
Why, as all comforts are, most good indeed. Lord Angelo, having affairs in heaven, intends you for his swift ambassador, where you shall be in everlasting leisure. Therefore, your best appointment make with speed. Tomorrow you set on.
is there no remedy?
None, but such a remedy as, to save a head, would cleave a heart in twain.
But is there any?
Yes, brother, you may live, but there's a devilish mercy in the judge, if you'll implore it, that will save your head, but fetter you to death till death.
Perpetual durance?
Aye, just perpetual durance. Though all the world's restraint, you had fastidity,
But in what nature?
and such a one as, you consenting to it, would bark your honor from that trunk you bear, and leave you naked.
Let me know the point.
Oh, I do fear thee, Claudio, and I quake, lest thou a feverous life thou should entertain, more than 6 or 7 winters of perpetual honor. Darest thou die? The sense of death is most in apprehension, as the poor beetle we tread upon, the coral sufferance, finds a pang as great as when a giant dies.
Why give you me the shame? Think you I can a resolution fetch from flowery tenderness? If I must die, I will encounter darkness as a bride, and hug it in mine arms.
There spake my brother. There my father's grave did utter forth a voice. Yes, thou must die. Thou art too noble to conserve a life in base appliances. This outward sainted deputy, whose settled visage and deliberate word nips youth at the head, and folly's death of you as falcon doth the fowl, is yet a devil. His filth within being cast, he would appear a pond as deep as hell.
The Prince Angelo?
Oh, 'tis the cunning livery of hell, the damnedest body to invest and cover in prinsy guards. Dost thou think, Claudio, if I were to yield him my virginity, thou mightst be freed?
Oh, heavens, it cannot be.
Yes, he would give it thee from this rank offense. This night's the night that I should do what I abhor to name, or else thou diest tomorrow.
Or shall I do it?
Were it but my life, I'd throw it down for your deliverance as frankly as a pen.
Thanks, dear Isabel.
Be ready, Claudio, for your death tomorrow.
Yes. Has he affections in him that thus can make him bite the law by the nose when he would force it? Sure, it is no sin. Or of the deadly seven, it is the least.
Which is the least?
If it were damnable, he being so wise, why would he for the momentary trick be purgably fined? Oh, Isabel!
What says my brother?
Death is a fearful thing.
And shamed life a hateful.
Aye, but to die and go we know not where, to lie in cold obstruction and to rot, the sensible warm motion to become a kneaded cloud in the delighted spirit, to bathe in fiery floods, or to reside in thrilling regions of thick-ribbed ice, to be imprisoned in the viewless winds, and blown with restless violence round about the pendant world. 'Tis too horrible. The weariest and most loathed worldly life, that age, ache, penury, and imprisonment, can lay on nature as a paradise to what we fear of death.
Alas, alas!
Sweet sister, let me live. What sin you do to save a brother's life? Nature dispenses the deed so far that it becomes a virtue.
Oh, you beast! Oh, faithless, cowardless, honest wretch! Wilt thou be made a man out of my vice? Is it not a kind of incest to take life from thine own sister's shame? Heaven shield my mother played my father fair, for such a warps in the wilderness ne'er issued from his blood. Take my defiance, die, perish! Might but my bending down reprieve thee from thy fate, it shall proceed. I'll pray 1,000 prayers for thy death, no word to save thee.
Nay, hear me, Isabel.
Oh, fie, fie, fie. Thy sin's not accidental, but a train. Mercy to thee would prove itself a bond. 'Tis best thou diest quickly.
Oh, hear me, Isabella.
Vouchsafe a word, young sister, but one word.
What is your will?
Might you dispense with your leisure? I would by and by have some words with you. The satisfaction it would require would likewise be your own benefit.
I have no superfluous leisure. My stay must be stolen out of other affairs. But I will attend you a while.
Son, I have overheard what hath passed between you and your sister. Angelo had never the purpose to corrupt her, only to make an essay of her virtue, to practice his judgment with the disposition of natures. She, having that truth of honor in her, hath given him that most gracious denial, which he is most glad to receive. I am confessor to Lord Angelo. I know this to be true. Therefore, prepare yourself to death. Do not satisfy your resolution with hopes that are fallible. Tomorrow you must die. Go to your knees and make ready.
Let me beg my sister pardon. I am so out of love with life that I was soon to be rid of it.
Hold you there. Farewell. Provost, a word with you.
What is it, Father?
That now you are come, you will be gone. Leave me a while with the maid. My mind promises by my habit, no law shall touch you by my mouth.
In good time.
The hand that hath made you fair hath made you good. The goodness that is cheap in beauty makes beauty brief in goodness. But grace, being the soul of your complexion, shall keep the body ever fair. The assault that Angelo hath made on you, fortune hath conveyed to my understanding. and but that frailty hath examples for his falling. I should wonder at Angelo, how shall you do to content this substitute and save your brother?
I am now going to resolve him. I had rather my brother die by the law than that my son should be unlawfully born. But oh, how much is the good Duke deceived in Angelo! If e'er he return, and I should speak with him, I shall open my lips in vain or discover his government.
That shall not be much amiss. Yet as the matter now stands, he would avoid your accusation. He made trial of it only. Therefore, fasten your ear on my advisings. To the love I have in doing good, a remedy presents itself. I would make myself believe that you may most uprighteously do a poor wronged lady a merited benefit. Redeem your brother from the angry law. Do no stain to your own gracious person, and most please the absent Duke. If peradventure you shall ever return to have hearing of this business.
Let me hear you speak farther.
Virtue is bold. It's never fearful. Have you not heard speak of Mariana, the sister of Duke Frederick, the great soldier who miscarried at sea?
I have heard of the lady, and good words with her name.
She, should this Angelo have married, was affianced to her by oath and the nuptial appointed, between which time of the contract and limit of the solemnity, her brother Frederick was wrecked at sea, having in that perished vessel the dowry of his sister.
Can this be so? Did Angelo so leave her?
Left her in tears, and dried not one of them with his comfort. Swallowed his vows whole, pretending on her discoveries of dishonor.
But how out of this can she avail?
It is a rupture that you may most easily heal, and the cure of it not only saves your brother, but keeps you from dishonor in doing it.
Show me how, good father.
This forenamed maid hath yet in her the continuance of her first affection. His unjust unkindness hath made it more violent and unruly. Go ye to Angelo. Answer his requirings with a plausible obedience. Agree with his demands to the point, that your stay with him may not be long, that the time may have all shadow and silence in it. This being granted in course, and now follows all, we will advise this wronged lady to set up your appointment and go in your place. And hereby this is your brother saved, your honor untainted, the poor Mariana advantage, and the corrupt deputy scaled. The doubleness of the benefits of the deceased.
The image of it gives me content already, and I trust it will grow to a most prosperous perfection.
There lies much in your holding up. Haste you speedily to Angelo.
Thank you for this comfort. Fare you well, good father.
What news, Friar of the Duke?
I know none. Can you tell me of any?
Some say he's with the Emperor of Russia. Others some he is in Rome, but where is he, think you?
I know not where, but wheresoever I wish him well.
A mad, fantastical trick of his to steal from the state and usurp the beggar he was never born to. Lord Angelo dukes it well in his absence. He puts transgression to it.
He does well in it.
A little more lenient luxury would do no harm in him. A little too crab that way, Friar.
It is too general vice, and severity must cure it.
Yes, in good sooth. The vices of a great kindred. It is well allied. But it is impossible to extirpate quite, Friar, till eating and drinking be put down. They say this Angelo was not made by man and woman after this downright way of creation. Is it true, think you?
How should he be made then?
Some report a sea maid spawned him. Others, he was begot between two stockfishes. But it is certain that when he makes water, his urine is congealed ice.
Oh, you are pleasant, sir, and speak apace.
Would the Duke that is absent have done this? Ere he would have hanged a man for the getting of 100 bastards, he would have paid for the nursing of 1,000. He knew he had some feeling for the sport. He knew the service, and it instructed him to mercy.
I never heard the absent Duke much detected for women. He was not inclined that way.
Oh, sir, you are deceived.
It's not possible.
Who? Not the Duke? Yes, and your beggar of 50. And his use was to put a ducat in her clock dish. The Duke had crutches in him. He would be drunk too, that let me inform you.
Love speaks with greater knowledge, and knowledge with dear love.
Come, sir. I know what I know.
I can hardly believe that, since you know not what you speak. I pray you, your name?
The name is Lucio, well known to the Duke.
He should know you better, sir, if I may live to report you.
I fear you not. But come, no more of this. Instead, let Claudio die tomorrow ago.
Why must he die, sir?
Why? For filling a bottle with a tundish. Mary, this Claudio is condemned for untrusting. Farewell, good friar. I prithee, pray for me. The Duke, I say to thee again, would eat mutton on Fridays. And he's not past it yet. I say to thee, you would melt with a beggar, though she smelt of brown bread and garlic. Ooh, say that I said so. Farewell.
No might nor greatness can censure scape. Hack, wounding, calumny, the whitest virtue strikes. What king so strong can tie up the gall and the slanderous tongue? But who comes there?
Go! Away with her to prison!
Be good, my lord, be good to me. Your honor is accounted a most merciful man. Be good to me.
Double trouble ammunition. Still forfeit in the same kind, this would make mercy. Swear and play the tyrant.
A bond of 11 years continuance. May it please your honor.
My lord, this is when Lucio's information against me. Mistress Keepdown was with child by him in the Duke's time. He promised her marriage. That child is now 1 year and a quarter come Mary and Joseph. I raised it myself, and you see how he goes about to abuse me.
That fellow is a fellow of much license. Let him be called before us. Away with her to prison.
Look,
Go to no more words. Provost, my brother Angelo will not be altered. Claudio must die tomorrow.
So please you, this friar hath been with him, and hath advised him for the entertainment of death.
Good even, good father.
Listen, goodness on you.
Of whence are you?
Not of this country. I am a brother of gracious order, late come from the sea with special instruction from his holiness. Pray tell me, of what disposition was the Duke?
One that above all other strifes, intended especially to know himself.
What pleasure was he given to?
Rather rejoicing to see another marry than marry at anything which professed to make him rejoice. A gentleman of all temperance. But leave we him to his events, with a prayer they may prove prosperous. And let me desire to know how you find Claudio prepared. I am made to understand you have lent him visitation.
He professes to have received no sinister measure from his judge, but most willingly humbles himself to the determination of justice. Now is he resolved to die.
You have paid the heavens your function. I'm going to visit the prisoner. Very well.
Peace. He who the sword of heaven will bear should be as holy as severe. Pattern in himself to know, grace to stand and virtue go. How may likeness, made in crimes, making practice on the times, to draw with idle spider strings, most ponderous and substantial things. Craft against vice I must apply. With Angelo tonight shall lie his old betrothed, but despised, so shall disguised by the disguised pay with falsehood, false exacting, and perform an old country.
break off thy song and haste thee quick away. Here comes a man of comfort, whose advice hath often stilled my brawling discontent. I cry your mercy, sir, and well would wish it had not found me here so musical. Please excuse me, and believe me so, my mirth much displeased, but pleased my woe.
Oh, 'tis good, though music oft hath such a charm to make bad good and good provoke the heart. But pray tell me, has anybody inquired for you today?
No one has inquired for you, I have. Sat here all day.
I do constantly believe you. The time has come even now, I shall crave your forbearance. Maybe I will call upon you and then for some advantage to yourself.
I'm always bound to you.
Very well met and welcome. What is the news from this good deputy?
We have become secure with France, whose western sides were fingered back. There have I made my promise upon the heavy middle of the night, that to see. I have possessed in my most state can be but grief.
Very well met. I have not yet made known to Mariana a word of this. What ho, within your heart. I pray you be acquainted with this maid. She comes to do you good. Do you persuade yourself that I respect you?
Good friar, you know I do, and have found it so.
Take then this your companion by the hand, who hath a story ready for your ear. I shall attend your leisure, but make haste. The vaporous night approaches.
Please you to walk us on.
Oh, place and greatness, millions of false eyes are stuck upon thee. Volumes of report run with these false and most contrarious quests upon thy doings. Welcome now, read.
She will take the enterprise upon her, Father, if you advise it.
It is not my consent, but my entreaty.
Little have you to say when you depart from him, but soft and low. Remember now, my brother.
Fear me not.
Fear you not at all. He is your husband on a free contract. To bring you thus together, 'tis no sin. Sit that the justice of your title to him doth flourish the deceit. Come, let us go. Our corns to reap, but our tithes to sow.
One has my pity. Not a jot the other, being a murderer, though he were my brother. Look, Claudio, here's the warrant for thy death. 'Tis now dead midnight. By 8 tomorrow, thou must be made immortal. Where's Barnaby?
As fast asleep as guiltless slaver, I'm locked in the traveler's bones. He will not wake.
Who can do good on him? Well, go prepare yourself. Hark, what noise? Heaven give your spirits comfort. By and by, I hope it's some pardon or reprieve, most gentle Claudio. Welcome, Father.
The best and wholesome spirits of the night envelop you, good Buddhist. Who called you of late?
None since the curfew rung.
Not Isabel?
No.
They will then ere be long.
What comfort is for Claudio?
There's some in hope.
'Tis a bitter day.
Look, here comes Claudio's pardon.
My lord hath sent you this note, and by me this further charge, that you swerve not from the smallest article of it, neither in time, matter, or other circumstance. Good morrow, for as I take it, it is almost day.
I shall obey it.
This is his pardon, purchased by such sin for which the pardoner himself is in. Well now, what news?
Whatsoever you may hear to the contrary, let Claudio be executed by 4 o'clock, and in the afternoon Barnaby. For my better satisfaction, let me have Claudio's head sent me by 5. Let this be duly performed, with thought that more depends on it than we must yet deliver. Thus fail not to do your office, as you shall answer at your peril. What says you to this, sir?
What is that Barnardine who is to be executed in the afternoon?
A Bohemian born, but here nursed, done, and bred. One that is a prisoner 9 years old. A man that apprehends death no more fearfully than a drunken sleep. Careless, reckless, and fearless of what's past, present, or to come. Insensible of mortality, yet desperately mortal.
He wants advice.
He will hear none. He hath evermore had liberty of the prison. Give him leave to escape, and hence he would not. Drunk many times a day, if not many days entirely drunk.
By the vow of mine order, I warn you, if my instructions may be your guide, let this Barnardine be this morning executed, and his head borne to Angelo.
Angelo hath seen them both, and will discover the favor.
Oh, death's a great disguiser, and you may add to it. Shave the head and tie the beard. Look you, sir. Here is the hand and seal of the Duke. You know the character, I doubt not, and the signet is not strange to you?
I know them both.
Put yourself not into amazement how these things should be. All difficulties are but easy when they are known. Call your executioner. And off! With Barnardine head.
Barnardine!
Up to your throats! Who makes that noise there? What are you?
Your friend, sir. The hangman. You must be so good, sir, to rise and be put to death.
Away, you rogue! Away! I'm sleepy.
Oh, pray, Master Barnardine, awake till you're executed and sleep afterwards.
How now, Pompey? What's the news with you?
Oh, truly, sir, I would you would clap into your prayers for the warrants here.
Whoa! Whoa! Away, you rogue! I've been drinking all night. I am not fitted for it.
Oh, the better, sir, for he that drinks all night and is hanged betimes in the morning shall sleep the sounder all the next day.
Sir, induced by my charity and hearing how hastily you are to depart, I have come to advise you, comfort you, and pray with you.
Friar, not I. I have been drinking hard all night, and I will need more time to prepare me, or they shall beat out my brains with billets. I will not die this day. That's certain.
Oh, sir, you must. And therefore, I beseech you, look forward on the journey that you shall go.
I swear, I will not die by any man's persuasion.
Gravel hearts.
Now, sir, how do you find the prisoner?
A creature unprepared, unmeet for death, and to transport him in the mind, he is were damnable.
Here in the prison, Father, there died this morning of a cruel fable. One Ragazine, the most notorious pirate. A man of Claudio's years, his head and beard just of his color. What if we do omit this retrobate till he were well inclined, and satisfy the deputy with the visage of Ragazine, or the like to Claudio?
Oh, 'tis an accident that heaven provides. Dispatch it presently, the hour draws on. Now will I write letters to Angelo, whose contents shall reveal to him I am near at home, and that by great injunctions I am bound to enter publicly. Him I'll desire to meet me by the consecrated fount. By cool gradation and well-balanced form, we shall proceed with Angelo.
Here's the head. I'll carry it myself.
Convenient it is. Make a swift return.
I'll make all speed.
The tongue of Isabella. If she comes to know of her brother's pardon me come hither, I will keep her ignorant of her good. Good morning, Gertrude.
Oh, by your leave.
A creature unprepared to death. Good morning, good sister.
the better given me by so holy a man.
Your brother's head is off and sent to Angelo.
Nay, but it is not so!
It is no other. Show your wisdom to your daughter in your close patience.
Oh, I will to him and pluck out his eyes!
You shall not be admitted to his sight.
Poor Claudio, wretched Isabel, most injurious world, most damned Angelo.
This nor hurts him nor profits you a jot. Forbear it therefore, give your cause to heaven. Mark what I say, the Duke comes home tomorrow. Nay, dry your eyes. If you can, pace your wisdom in that good path I would wish it go. And you shall have the wisdom on this wretch. Grace of the Duke, adventures to your heart. And settle on.
I am directed by you.
Every letter he hath written hath disvouched other.
In most uneven and distraction manner, his actions show much like the madness. Pray heaven his wisdom not be tainted. Why should we meet him in the street and redeliver our authority there?
I guess not.
And why should any crave redress of injustice, they should exhibit their petition in the street?
He shows his reason for that, to have a dispatch of complaints that will deliver us from devices hereafter, which shall then have no power to stand against us.
Good night. Oh. This deed unshapes me quite. Makes me unpregnant and dull to all proceedings. A deflowered maid, and that by an eminent body that enforced the law against it. But that her tender shame would proclaim against her maiden loss, how might she tongue me? Yet, reason dares her no, for my authority bears of a credulous bulk, that no scandal once can touch, yet it confounds the breather. He should have lived, save that riotous youth, with dangerous sense, might in times to come have taken revenge by so receiving a damaged life with ransom of such shame. Would yet he had lived. Alack, when once our grace we have forgot, nothing goes right. We would, and we would not.
My old and faithful friend, we are glad to see you.
Happy return, be your royal grace.
Many hearty thanks to you both.
You make my bond still greater.
Give me your hand. Come, Aeschylus. You will walk with us with the other hand. And
Just-
good supporters are you.
Justice, O royal duke. I would fain have said a maid. Please give me justice, 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 justice.
Relate your wrongs and what? By whom? Be brief. Here is Angelo shall give you justice. Relate yourself to him.
Oh, worthy duke, you bid me seek redemption of the devil. Hear me yourself. Hear me, oh, hear me here.
My lord, her wits, I fear me, are not firm. She had been a suitor to me for her brother, cut off by the course of justice.
Course of justice.
She will speak most bitterly and strange.
Most strange, but yet most truly will I speak. That Angelo's forsworn, is it not strange?
Strange.
That Angelo's a murderer, is it not strange?
Strange.
That Angelo's an adulterous thief, a virgin violator, a hypocrite, is it not strange and strange?
time, strange, an officer to prison with her. Shall we thus permit a blasting and scandalous threat to fall on him so near us? Your needs must be a practice. Who knew of your intent in coming hither?
O worthy prince, I conjure thee, as thou believest there is another world, another help in this world, that thou neglect me not with that opinion that I am touched with madness. I am the sister of one Claudio, condemned upon the act of fornication to lose his head, condemned by Angelo. I, in probation of his sisterhood, was sent to this pernicious caitiff deputy by my brother. I went, and he would not, but by gift of my chaste body, release my brother. And after much debatement, my sisterly remorse confused mine honor, and I did yield to him.
Poor soul, she speaks with
But
the...
the next moment times, his purpose surfeiting, he sent a war for my poor brother's head.
Poor soul, she speaks with the infirmity of sense. To prison with her. There is a friar that said,
One that I would were here, Friar Ludowick.
who knows that Ludwig?
My lord, I know him. 'Tis a meddling friar. I do not like the man. For had he been lay, my lord, certain words he spake against your grace in your retirement, I had winged him soundly.
Words against me? This be a good friar belike. To set this wretched woman against our substitute. Let this friar be found.
Find the fire.
Do not smile at this, Lord Angelo. Give us some seats. And this I'll be impartial. Be you judge of your own cause.
She that accuses him of fornication, in selfsame manner doth accuse my husband, and doth charge him at such a time when I'll depose I had him in my arms, with all the effect of love.
Charges she more than me?
Did I know?
No. You say your husband?
Aye, my lord. Just my lord, and that is Angelo, who thinks he knows that he ne'er knew my body, but knows he thinks that he knew Isabel's.
This is a strange abuse. Let's see thy face.
My husband bids me know. This is the face, thou cruel Angelo, that once thou sworest was worth the looking on. This the hand, which with a vowed contract was fast to be locked in thine. And this the body, that took away the match from Isabel, and did supply thee in thy garden house in her imagined person.
Know you this woman?
Carnally, she said.
Surround him!
I must confess, my lord, I know this woman. In 5 years since there was some speech of marriage betwixt myself and her, which was cut off, partly for that her promised portion came short of composition, but in chief, that her reputation was disvalued in levity. Since which time of 5 years, I have never spake with her, saw her, nor heard from her. Upon my word and honor.
Noble prince, but Tuesday night last gone in his garden house, he knew me as a wife.
I didn't smile till now. Now, good my lord, give me the scope of justice. My patience here is touched. I do perceive these poor, informal women to be but instruments of some mightier member that sets them on. Give me leave, my lord, to find this matter out.
Aye, with my heart. And punish them to your height of pleasure. You, Lord Esquiel, sit with my cousin. There is a friar that set them on. Let him be sent for. I, for a while, will leave you.
Signor Lucio. Signor Lucio. Signor Lucio. Did not you say you knew that Friar Lodowick to be a dishonest person?
Honest in nothing but his clothes, and one that spoke most villainously of the Duke.
Call that Saint Isabel. I will go darkly to work with her.
That's the way, for women are light at midnight. Here comes that villain I spoke of.
Come, sir. Did you set these women on to slander Lord Angelo? They have confessed you did.
'Tis false.
How? Know you where you are?
Respect to your great place, and let the devil be sometimes honored for his burning throne. Where's the Duke? 'Tis he should hear me speak.
The Duke's in us, and we will hear you speak. Look, you speak justly.
Boldly at least. But oh, poor souls, coming to seek the lamb here of the fox? Good night to your redress. Is the Duke gone? Then is your cause gone too. The Duke's unjust. Thus to retort your manifest appeal and put your trial in the villain's mouth, which here you come to accuse.
Why, thou unreverend and unhallowed friar, is it not enough thou hast suborned these women to accuse this worthy man? But whose foul mouth, and in the witness to his proper ear, to call him villain, and then to glance from him to the Duke himself, and tax him with injustice? How dare he? Take him hence, to the rack with him!
To the rack! To the rack! Take him! The rack!
How can you joint by joint? But we will know his purpose. What unjust!
He not so hot. He dare no more stretch this finger of mine than he dare rack his own. His subject am I not.
Oh, sedition! Away with him to prison!
Senor Lucio, what can you vouch against this man? Is this the man that you did tell us of?
Ah, 'tis he, my lord. Come hither, Goodman Voltate. Do you know me?
I remember you, sir, by the sound of your voice. I met you at the court in the absence of the Duke.
Oh, did you so? And do you remember what you said of the Duke?
Most notably, sir.
Oh, do you so, sir? And was the Duke a fleshmonger, a fool, and a coward, as you then reported him to be?
You must, sir, change persons with me ere you make that my report. You did speak so of me, and much more, much worse.
Ah, thou damnable fellow! Did I not pluck thee by the nose for thy speeches?
I protest I love the Duke as I love myself.
Hark how the villain would close now with his treasonable abuses.
Such a man is not to be talked withal. Away with him to prison. Lay bolts enough upon him. Let him speak no more. Away with these giglots, too.
Stay, sir, stay a while.
What, resist ye? Help him, Lucio!
Come, sir, come, sir, come, sir! No, sir!
Thou art the first knave that e'er made us to Duke. You are
Get away!
Get away, sir. For the friar, we must have a word enough. Lay hold on him. He can rock him too.
This could prove worse than hanging.
What you have spoke, I pardon. Sit you down. We'll borrow place of him. By your leave, hast thou a word or wit or impudence that yet can do the office?
I dread, my lord,
I do perceive your grace like divine power hath looked upon my passage. No more session hold upon my shame. Let my trial be my own confession. Immediate sentence then, and sequent death, is all the grace I beg.
Come hither, Mariana. Say, was thou ever contracted to this woman?
I was, my lord.
Go, take her hence and marry her instantly. Go with them, Provost.
My lord, I am more amazed at his dishonor than the strangeness of it.
Come hither, Isabella. Your friar is now your prince. I am still attorney at your service.
Oh, give me pardon, that I, your vassal, am employed in page your unknown sovereignty.
You are pardoned, and may you be as free to us. Your brother's death, I know, sits deep at your heart.
Yes, my lord.
For this new married man approaching here, the very mercy of the law cries out most audible, even from his proper tongue. And Angelo for Claudio, death for death.
For death.
Haste still pays haste, and leisure answers leisure. Life doth quit life, and measure still for measure. Away with him!
Oh, my most gracious lord, I hope you will not mock me with a husband.
It is your husband mocked you with a husband. His possessions, although by confiscation, they are ours. We do in state and widow you withal, to buy you a better husband.
Oh, good lord, I crave no other, nor no better husband.
Never crave him. We are definitive.
Gentle liege.
Do but lose your labor. Away with them to death. Now, sir, to you.
Oh, good my lord, Isabel, sweet Isabel, take my part. Lend me your knees, and all my life to come, I'll lend you all my life to do you service.
Should she kneel down in the mercy of this fact, her brother's ghost his paved bed would break, and take her hence in horror.
Isabel, do yet but kneel by me. Hold up thy hands, speak nothing, I'll say all. They say best men are molded out of faults, and for the most become much more the better for being a little bad. So may my husband. Oh, Isabel, wilt thou not lend a knee?
He dies for Claudio's death.
Most bounteous sir, please you to look upon this man condemned, as if my brother lived. I partly think a due sincerity did govern his deeds till he did look on me. Since it is so, let him not die.
Your suit's unprofitable. Stand up, I say.
I am sorry. One so learned and so wise as you, Lord Angelo, still have appeared. Should have slipped so grossly, both in the heat of blood and a lack of tempered judgment afterward.
I'm sorry for such sorrow I procure, and so deep sticks it in my penitent heart that I crave death more willingly than mercy. 'Tis my deserving, and I do entreat it.
If this be your brother, for his sake is he pardoned, and for your lovely sake, give me your hand and say you will be mine. He is my brother too. By this, Lord Angelo perceives he's safe. Well, Angelo, your evil quits you well. See you love your wife, for love worth yours. You, Sirrah, proclaim a provost round about the city. Is there any woman wronged by this lewd fellow, whom he begot with child? Let her appear, and he shall marry her instantly and make to the priest. Let him be whipped and hanged.
I beseech your highness, Do not marry me to a whore.
I wouldn't.
You shall marry her. And the nuptial finished. Get rid of him!
Take him away.
Slandering a prince deserves it. She, Claudio, whom now wronged, look you restored. Joy to you, Mariana. Thanks, good friend Aeschylus, for thy much goodness. Thanks, good Provost, for thy care. Secrecy. Dear Isabel, I have emotion, much imports your good. Whereto, if you'll a willing ear incline, what's mine is yours, and what's yours is mine.